Your objective today is to be able to identify the parts of a circle. We're learning about circles because Pi Day is coming soon. Wait, not that kind of pie. This type of pie. And if you don't know what mathematical pi is, just wait. We'll get to it. Pi Day is almost here. As you probably know, this is a circle. You can probably recognize a circle, but to come up with a more mathematical definition, let's notice that here's the center, and a circle is a shape that's formed if I take a distance from the center, like that red distance, and I rotate it. So let me see, I can rotate this around and it's going to make a circle. So the distance from the center to any point on the edge of the circle, like from there to there, or from here to here, the distance between the center and any point on the edge is exactly the same. In fact, you may have already used a compass like this one to draw a perfect circle. And a compass works by setting down one point in the center of the circle and then creating a distance and then rotating that distance around the circle, so it makes a perfect circle. And that distance from the center of the circle to the edge is called the radius. That's a line that goes from the edge of the circle to the center. I want you to put this in your mathematician's notebook. Draw yourself a circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I want you to make a line from the center of the circle to the edge, like this. Then label that line the radius. Or r. Sometimes we use the letter r for radius. The second part that we need to know is called the diameter. The diameter is a line that goes through the center of a circle, from edge to edge. So diameter looks like this. Draw a circle, and then make a diameter run through it. And then once you make sure it's going through the center of the circle and goes from edge to edge, once you've done that, label that the diameter. And sometimes we use the letter D for diameter. And you may notice that the diameter is actually just two pieces of the radius. And in fact, the diameter is equal to 2 times the radius. And finally, we have the circumference. The circumference is the distance around a circle. It's the perimeter of a circle. Draw yourself a new circle and make real heavy that distance around the circle. That's the circumference. Let's label that circumference. Sometimes a little tricky to spell, but with practice you will get it. And sometimes we call it C. Sometimes the hardest part about knowing these parts of a circle is just remembering what the names stand for. Here's how I remember it. Circumference starts with the letter C. And I remember that the circumference means the distance around a circle, because if I make a C on a circle, see how it's almost going all the way around? You have to go around the circle to make the C. Diameter starts with the letter D. And so, of course, we're going to make the letter D in the diameter. And to make a D in the circle, to make a D, I have to go across the circle and then around it. And of course, the diameter is the distance that goes from one edge of the circle through the center to the other edge. So it's this part of the D. Do you see the circumference and the diameter? We can use these tricks to help us remember which one is which. Make sure you get these in your mathematician's notebook so you can use them to remember circumference and diameter. And that's all for today. Pi Day is coming. It'll be here soon. Now you know something about circles to get us ready. And hey, I think that's pretty swell.